Hello gamers and welcome to another YouTube video. Today you're going to see the biggest gift from Wargaming ever, and best of all, it's not in a loot box, there's no catch. Alright gamers, let's see the video that comes with this, huh? There's probably a video with it, as per usual. 3 minutes only.
2.0 is the perfect time to start your tanking journey or return to it. The most epic gift in the game's entire history awaits every commander. This is unprecedented. Millions of resources and, most importantly,
It's
any
honestly
tech tree branch
crazy.
of your choice. Decide which vehicles you want, and they'll roll into your garage from Tier 6 to Tier 10. Researched, purchased, and set up in the top configuration. You can research Tier 11s from the first day of the update.
Top configuration, by the way, guys. Top configuration.
If you've already got everything, researched and purchased all the tech tree branches, including the Tier 10s, you can expect some special decorative honors. Besides vehicles, you'll get 2,500 gold, 15,000 bonds for improved equipment,
That's
or
honestly
even a
crazy.
premium vehicle.
It's actually
10
crazy.
million credits, enough for a Tier 11 vehicle. Crew books and retraining orders. Your new vehicles will be manned by aces.
50 retraining orders, by the way, for the people that were complaining about their crew. 50 retraining orders. The best part, there is no catch. Maybe they're not desperate. Maybe they're just generous. Maybe they're not desperate.
A full month of premium account. And the same again after completing some simple missions. Personal reserves and missions for combat XP. And also a commemorative medal and 2D.
Dude, it's actually crazy. The amount of stuff you're getting is crazy.
style. There's so much
Wargaming does something nice. What the Tanks player base reaction? They're desperate!
good stuff. All that's left is to share it with a friend. If you know somebody who's never played World of Tanks, call them into battle. Commanders that sign up after the release of update 2.0
this is the
will
crazy
also get a
part.
Tech tree branch.
This is the
And
crazy part.
Another one to boot.
This is crazy part, dude.
2 branches.
It's
That's right.
crazy.
Any 2 Tier 10s for free. We recommend choosing ones with different play styles. On top, newcomers will get several Tier 6 and 7 premium vehicles for free.
It's actually crazy.
And also a set of Tier 8 and 9 premium vehicles for rental. You can learn to play, earning credits and XP and training crew members as you go. Besides vehicles, new players can expect heaps of other gifts. 6 million credits, a starter pack of equipment, crew books, missions for crew XP and personal reserves, premium account, and customization elements. And in addition, a set of daily missions with handy, enjoyable rewards. It's never been so easy to start playing World of Tanks. You'll get everything you need to play comfortably and research Tier 11 vehicles. No matter if you're a rookie or a veteran, you can grab your gift starting from the release of Update 2.0 right until the following update comes out. Forward to new heights.
The amount of stuff you're getting is absolutely crazy. Actually crazy. There is so much stuff you're getting. And now would be the perfect time if you've never, like, listen guys, if there's a tank line you've never played and wanted to play, it is the perfect time to make a new account and just do it, to be honest. It's the perfect time. You're actually getting the single largest thing I have ever seen in my World of Tanks history. Log into the game after the update is released and claim an awesome bonus, an entire branch of Tier 6 to Tier 10 vehicles absolutely free. The vehicles will be waiting in your garage. Just what you need to start researching your first Tier 11. That's not all. You'll also receive additional rewards, 10 million credits, 15,000 bonds, 2.5k gold, 60 days of World of Tanks premium account, and much more. There's never been anything like this. So if you were wondering, if you were gonna get something, yeah, you're getting a lot, to be honest. That's a whole line, by the way. That's a whole line from 6 to 10. You're getting all the things and an absolutely metric ton of free stuff. It's insane. Let's take a look at the video first, yeah? Let's watch the video first. Let's start with the video.
Tier 11 isn't just about new tanks. It's 16 unique vehicles that add a whole new layer of gameplay. It features heavy steel, mobile medium tanks, and, of course, next-level firepower. Today, we'll show you 3 tank destroyers
He looks so funky,
and
man.
1 light tank that spots targets for them.
I swear some of these tanks make me feel like I'm playing Steel Hunter. I don't know why. Like the AS and the and even the light tank, they just remind me of tanks in Steel Hunter. Like, I don't know why. Anybody else have that vibe? Like it's like when I look at it, like get a Steel Hunter vibe. I don't know.
ATFV-230 Breaker is a vehicle with a bad attitude that breaks tanks like toys. Its gun quickly strips heavy tanks to their last rivets. The gun depression angles help it all.
480. How much does the Badger have again? I don't even remember. 331. 2.2 top speed, dispersion, -10. Okay. All right.
Always stay on high ground, while the traverse angles make
381.
fighting.
Guys, remember, it's always the strongest part it shows. This is not a good number to go off. We've been over this a few times. This number is false advertisement. It could be not false advertisement and actually be like the entire part is 381. But, you know, we need to see the armor model first.
From there, a breeze. Its armor, meanwhile, will crack even
You know, maybe
the
that is
strongest
381
teeth.
up front, the whole
Even
part.
under a hail of shells, the Breaker keeps moving forward, and it has the direct drive mechanic to help it. The vehicle's engine automatically increases its power and top speed as you move forward. The longer you drive, the more horsepower you get. This mechanic.
This is another one of those what I would call comfort abilities, yeah? And it's literally just a comfort ability. Basically, what it's doing is like it realizes that some, you know, maps are like just really like, driving to the hill on Malinovka, and it's just a comfort ability. Like long drive, more comfortable. It's like changing your Ford Focus for a Mercedes, you know?
Lets you deliver your damage per minute exactly where it's needed most, right on time. Thanks to this, the Breaker can show up in places where it's least expected. In positional combat, it fights with maneuverability typical of heavy TDs, because the bonuses reset when you stop. This lets the vehicle stay true to its role, but cover long distances more quickly. The unique upgrade system available for every Tier 11 vehicle will let you push the Breaker's characteristics to their limits. And once you've fully upgraded it, you can unlock.
Again, I really like the way this style looks, like this volumetric style that all of these Tier 11s have, but like, you know, different per Tier 11. I really like the way they look, honestly. It's like this 2D style that looks like a 3D style. I think it looks very good. Together with the sleeve looks good as well.
New customization elements to complement its brutal look.
Okay, so this looks like just a Badger on steroids, no? Like it's literally a Badger on steroids, yeah. So instead of the boobs, you now get nothing to shoot at. It's it's literally just a badger. It's a badger into the tracks. Yeah. Will that pen? Will that actually pen though? Will that actually pen? I don't think so, no? I mean, I feel like it would tell me if it could pen. Let's compare it to like something with a big. Yeah, let's compare it to a BZ. Okay, so yeah, all right. All right. You're never gonna get. Okay. Okay, you can penetrate the tracks. You can penetrate the track. That's what it's saying. You see? With AP on the BZ, you are able to go through this, even when it's at max gun depression. 135mm plus. So, okay. Right, you need the right. Okay. So, but big alpha guns are gonna do well against this. That's what you're saying. Oh, yeah, this is 138mm, right? This is how many millimeters? What does it say? I don't know. And this doesn't do anymore. Okay, so big alpha kind of ruins it. Yeah, okay, got that. The rest of it, basically, when you see it, you just don't peek it. Yeah, if it's hold down, it's like whatever. That's my favorite kind of tank design, by the way. I love that. To be honest, it's yeah. At least with the Badger, you know, you had something to shoot at and cope that you're not penning it. You know, I don't know. But it's -10, yeah? -10. Super weak lower plate. This is like just another one of these. It's the reason why I don't like the Badger. It's the exact same reason why I don't like the Badger, because the Badger is like the kind of tank you drive into position, you sit in position, and that's all you do. That's literally all you do. I do not like this type of gameplay personally. You just like drive to a spot, you sit there, and it's like, woo! That's my gameplay. Not a fan of that kind of gameplay personally, but you know, yeah. So see a breaker, hold down, don't peek.
This applies to every vehicle in the new tier. Even the breaker needs some sniper support sometimes. Someone to deliver the decisive blow. Enter the Hirschkäfer.
I don't know to tell you, I just don't like the design of this, to be honest. Like, I get it. It's super casually orientated, but at the same time, ugh.
This is a tank destroyer on the Leopard 1's chassis, so mobility is never an issue. It strikes from nowhere, then vanishes, only to reappear and strike again, and knock the enemy down. Its propellant thermal control system gradually boosts final accuracy and damage per shot when the vehicle is stationary.
I hate that I'm not allowed to move. Bro, do you want a gorilla on steroids while moving as well? Is that what you're asking for? Guys, go get your favorite rock, all right? We're going to have a little session with No Heal Needed.
Or moving at less than 20 kilometers per hour. A good sniper always waits for the best opportunity. When moving faster than 20 kilometers per hour, the charge bar reduces. After firing, it resets and starts building up again. This way, you can choose between frequent shots or fewer, deadlier ones. At full charge, you gain a significant boost to damage and accuracy, plus an additional bonus. A guaranteed enemy ammo rack explosion if they have fewer HP than your average damage per shot.
Let me explain how that works. If somebody is below 800 HP, you are guaranteed to kill them. That's what the video literally says with an ammo rack as well. It's literally a finisher. I think it's like in Tekken or whatever, or no, Mortal Kombat. I think it's Mortal Kombat, right? It's a finisher. It's literally a finisher when you fatality, whatever. Yeah. But at the same time, if you're 801 HP, normal RNG applies. So if the target is 801 HP, you could still kill them in one shot, but you could also roll them for like 600 instead, because of, you know, plus minus 25. So like 800 is like a dead cutoff, right? So 800, below 800 or equals to 800, dead. Above it, normal RNG. Yeah.
Destruction guaranteed.
Bounty equipment for safe. So finisher is a finisher. Like, it finishes you off. There's no if, what, or. You're dead.
The Hirschkäfer can be very fast when it needs to be, but it's not in a hurry. The enemy is only faster on their way back to the garage. The Hirschkäfer will need a fast-firing ally, the fastest firing of all. The STRV-10712 is a true nightmare for the enemy.
This stealthy sniper doesn't rely on a single decisive strike. It occupies a position and...
I think it only works, Scatter, if your ability is fully charged, though. I'm not entirely sure about that anymore. I think you need to be fully charged, like at the 800, to kill a target that's below or equals to 800. I don't think if it's like... I don't think if the target is 650 and you load 651 alpha, that you kill him guaranteed in one shot. I'm not entirely sure about that. Not entirely sure. But I think they said when it's at 800 in the video. I think that's what they said, no? I'm not sure about that entirely. Let's say I'm like 80% sure that it only works on full charge. So you cannot just like load to 600 and kill a 500 target guaranteed.
With its penetration,
Most of the time you will, but yeah.
damage per minute, hydro-pneumatic suspension, and...
Bro, this is literally just an STRV with an extra STRV ability. It's like... it's like a passive tank that's just a little bit better when it's passive.
Siege mode, the STRV inherits all the strengths of its branch and adds its own. On top of its travel and siege modes, the vehicle also features a new one, Pillbox mode. It maximizes all the pros and cons of siege mode. The main engine shuts down so that vehicle vibrations don't interfere with the gunner's aim. As a result, the TD can barely move. But its damage per minute, aiming time, and accuracy become even better than in siege mode. To activate Pillbox mode, hold the X key for a few seconds. Pressing it still activates either siege mode or travel mode. Siege mode...
Dude, too many button presses. I'm already confused. You know what I mean? Like, very... This tank will remain what it is before, right? STRV, as it is situational. This STRV will be situational and further situational. AKA, if you're sitting in the back and they're driving into you, if they're not doing that, it's the same, you know.
Remains for shorter distances when you need some mobility. Use it when you need to fire, but don't have time to set up a long-term sniper nest. So don't be put off when the STRV-1712 becomes an almost immobile firing point in its unique mode. The enemies in its crosshairs will also become just as immobile very quickly.
I guess I just took a replay from the average Wargaming employee, because they're the only people that would sit out here in the open on steps in a pillbox mode. That means that they can't retreat anymore. Anyways.
Last but not least, our light tank. The eyes and ears of Tier 11, the KPZ Borkenkäfer. It's a very fast...
They should have renamed it to Barkenkäfer. Woof, woof! You know, like, because it's Barken.
Compact spotter with an excellent
This looks like a steel. This looks like a Steel Hunter tank as well, bro. I'm telling you. This is very similar to the RHM, by the way.
It will most likely see you first, but that's only half
Minus
the
14.
Trouble.
Funny number, haha.
Real trouble begins
You know.
when it fires.
This ability really is not as good as people think it is, man. You get a visual confirmation that you're spotted. And if you are sitting in a position where this light tank hits you and you decide to stay and sit there for everybody to shoot you, you are an idiot. Yeah, and you deserve to die. Okay, this ability is not as potent as everybody's been crying about for I don't know how long because they saw it in the video, right? The light tank has to shoot, expose himself in a lot of situations to get to that, you know, expose itself, shoot, risk getting spotted, hit, and the guy needs to be standing still, bro.
The Borkenkäfer can scout in a completely new way, using its shells. Pressing X equips a shell with a laser target designator. When the shell hits an enemy, it applies one of two effects. If the target is already spotted...
Realist comment of 2025. Let's be real, teams can't even hit spotted tanks. Exactly. If they can't hit tanks that are out in the open and spotted, you think they're now magically going to start hitting tanks that are, like, marked? Real, dude. Real.
The hit increases the time it stays visible and the damage it takes. If the Borkenkäfer successfully marks a target in the firing...
Wait, I didn't know that, though. Damage received increased. Okay, still, it doesn't really change anything, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. This light tank ability is, like, potent on one map. Like, at the end of the day, it's potent on Prokhorovka. I swear, that's it, man. It's just Prokhorovka, bro. It's like, there's gonna be some highlight reels about this, like, watch how the Borkenkäfer dominates an enemy team on Prokhorovka broken with some like multiple blind fires, and that's gonna be it.
Target in the firing line of allies, that target will take more damage. If the target wasn't spotted, hitting it places a marker saying...
Imagine shooting the shell blind in the bush on Malinovka. Let me tell you something. Most experienced light tank players on Malinovka do not go sit in the standard bush. You want to know why they don't go sit in the standard bush? Or they don't sit there for very long, only for initial spot? Because everybody shoots there nowadays, because everybody knows that bush. They don't need a marker to shoot there. They already know that there's usually somebody there.
Hit it, there's an enemy there. The marker doesn't highlight the target's silhouette, only its position is revealed. And not...
If it did the silhouette, let's say it did the silhouette, it would be much better because you know what you're shooting at. But this is really, 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 really not that impactful. I'm sorry. Like, I saw a lot of videos and people talking about, like, this is so broken. So broken. Prokhorovka is a good map for it. And even there, it will be hard to execute properly.
Just to you. This mechanic unlocks new opportunities for team play. Show your skills and creativity and win like never before with a next level scout. That concludes our first introduction to Tier 11. You get to know it for real very soon, in the very near future. See you on a whole...
I honestly think that the TD abilities and light ability has been, well, I mean, let's not say the light, but I think that the TD ability on purpose have been like not made super powerful simply because ideally they don't form the bulk of the battle. You know what I mean? Like, you want people to play the heavies and the mediums and less so the TDs so they don't become overwhelmingly popular. So in a way to achieve this, you make the abilities not that like fantastic so that people are more like inclined to play tanks that have like cool abilities, you know, like PZ, for example, or the AS or the Shakal or whatever, like something that's a bit more, you know, like cool, right? I think, at least, that's what I could see as a reason behind the TD abilities in general not being too like flashy, right? Not too flashy in general. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So at maximum preheat, penetrating an enemy with fewer HP than your average damage causes a lethal ammo rack explosion. So from the description, what it says here, you have to be fully charged before the finisher kicks in. Yeah. So you have to be fully charged, fully heated to kill a target. That's what it says here. Yeah, that's what it says here. So that's how they're saying it works, if they're not lying. That you have to be fully charged to be able to get a finisher, right? So, anyways, there's that. The armor model of this is not interesting, to be honest. The armor model of this is not really interesting either because it's an STRV. There's not much to say about it anyways. And then, of course, this one we need to actually check out. But this is like just a comfortability, which is kind of a cool thing, right? The longer you drive, the more engine power you get. It makes the long drive more comfortable. So you see, like the longer you drive, the higher your acceleration, and then the ability should kick in at some point, right? Bam! Ability kicks in. Oh, it opens the spoilers. You go faster. Jesus Christ. You know. It literally unlocks the turbo. Literally unlocks a turbo. I'm not sure what the buffed aspect is of this tank. I'm not sure what like. Am I dumb or is this just gonna get like railed? 50 to 60 millimeter top, yeah, but run gun. Okay, so peaking cooldown will be more effective, especially because you get like a bigger heat screen, I guess. But at the same time, let's look versus a big alpha, big gun, like BZ, has AP as well. Yeah, so it still depends around the gun though, but that's all ricochet, sure. But the lower part is completely sure. Okay, sure. If you're playing aggressive with it, it will be slightly better, right? If you're playing aggressive, it'll be slightly better because you're better protected on the top part. But at the same time, I don't think it's that impactful. In the medium department, there's some like really cool stuff and some very difficult stuff. So with this ability on the 432, like getting to the first charges on this will be very easy, right? So like first charge, second charge, third charge, really kind of easy to do in an active engagement, but like getting to that max alpha will not be that easy, to be honest. And you need to actually charge your gun to compensate for the lackluster DPM that this tank has. So it will not be the easiest to play because you actively have to be charging your gun over and over again, which means you have to manage something else, which is this. So like getting to this stage, like the 530, not that hard, to be honest. Getting past 530 to the 560, 600 will be not easy to time properly because it's quite a long distance that you're trying to cover. And because of that, you will mostly be shooting, I think, around 530, to be honest. Like 530 is the sweet spot. You will not be getting to the 560 very often at all, to be honest. Like you will not really be getting there ever unless you like have really good timing. So I think most of the time you'll be shooting around 530 or slightly below that. But you need to use the ability to compensate for your lackluster DPM, right? Alpha over DPM though, Talksenio. Like alpha is a compensation for DPM because DPM is a number that you cannot ever really fully utilize. You're never really shooting. It doesn't really exist, to be honest. It doesn't really exist. For this, we need to see the armor model of like how good it is, to be honest. Like we actually need to see the armor model. With 340, it's potentially gonna be potent, but pretty hard to play, to be honest. Like it has a lot of heat shields, a lot of stuff around the cupola. So it will be like annoying to shoot at. Also depends on like how good it is at side scraping. Yeah, the Leo 120 for Besser, this ability is kind of lame because it's only for one shot and it only charges when you're in low speed, and then it's only for one shot. So if you're playing like pretty passively, I guess it's fine. But if you're trying to play a little bit more active, it's kind of worse than a Leo in every way, shape, or form. And I think there's a reason for this, and I don't think you're gonna like the reason that much. I'm only speculating, of course, but let's put it this way: the Leopard 1 is very, very popular in World of Tanks. Like very popular, probably too popular, which means that a high amount of the medium population is all located on the Leopard 1. And because of that, it hasn't gotten the Progetto 65 treatment yet, which is very interesting with how popular it is. And because of that, I think maybe they made the Leo a little bit underwhelming, simply to make it so not everybody just plays the Leo all over again, just like on tier 10. So what do? You make a tank that is probably, you know, less fun to play than the regular Leopard 1. So you don't have everybody playing Leopard 1 at tier 11 and actually branch out to other mediums. And that is what I'm thinking is like the thought behind not making the Leopard 120 too potent in that regard. That way, you probably end up with a better distribution on tier 11, with not everybody just playing the Leopard 1. It's like it's what I'm thinking about. You know, that's how I see it, at least, because there's no other reason to make it like only like this. I don't know. That's what I would say. To be honest, you do get a bit better alpha, but you know. Outside of that, the Shakal is honestly, you know, I don't know if we need as many buttons as we do, but it's like, yeah, you have a driving mode, right? You charge your bar, you get an extra speed boost out of it. I just don't know if this is with turbo. Like, I just don't know if this with turbo, because turbo normally impacts boosting modes as well. So if you can actually get up to like, what would it be, like 92 with Bond Turbo, I think. So you have a, yeah, as this stupid understands CS video. Okay, let's explain. So you have the driving bar, yeah. You have the driving bar. When it's fully charged, which you basically just charge by driving, you press a button. The button gives you a temporary extra boost. The other one is a fighting mode. You shoot, you don't need to pen for it, but when you're hitting shots, the mode goes up. After the bar goes up fully, you can then press your ability and switch to a more accurate mode with increased reload, with decreased reload time and reduced dispersion. So it's like you get a 2 shots worth basically of better handling of the tank. Basically 2 shots, like realistically 2 shots in the mode, right? Where it's just like the tank's just a bit better. You can, of course, switch quickly from your speeding modes to your shooting modes. So you have like this interesting dynamic from going really fast to shooting pretty well, rather quickly. So you got to do a little bit of management in that. But the tank itself looks like a T22 CS hybrid in some way. If it's as bouncy as it probably will be, you know, pretty potent still, you know. And this honestly is the too much work. No, it's honestly not that much work. This tank is like the highest comfort tank ever. For those that remember the rant from yesterday, I will repeat it again. This tank, to me, just looks literally like a better bad chat, and you can already see, you know, like this guy called Reborn Dream in Twitch chat yapping about its camo, right? Because the camo is worse than the bad chat. You're not a light tank. You're not a replacement from a light tank. You cannot both have the highest comfort ability ever and be a light tank on steroids. It just doesn't work. You cannot have everything. And the people are so focused on this concealment, like this dumbass camo rating, like it matters all that much, man. If you want to be a spotter, CVS, optics, low noise, go sit in a bush and go spot. Yeah, it's not gonna matter whether you have 30 camo or 25 camo at that point. Like, you get a tremendous ability with -9 degrees of gun depression, 70 shells, and you get a super high comfort ability. super high comfort ability. And what are you losing out on? Like, what is the drawback there? You have slightly worse camo, so you cannot compete with light tanks all that well. Wow. End of the world, guys. End of the world. Woo! End of the world. It's awful. How awful, man. I cannot believe that I have worse camo than a Bacha, but I get the ability to always be reloaded, never be running out of shells realistically, and always picking my engagements perfectly. Fantastic. Absolutely crazy. But I cannot live with the fact that I have less camo. It's crazy. And the hacker depends on the armor model. But we'll see that in a second. Like, the hacker depends on the armor model. This is a high comfort ability as well. You know, like, this stabilization is just nice for active engagements, you know. So it's just a cool thing to have, to be honest. The high comfort ability. But the armor model matters. So a hacker armor looks crazy. I mean, this is against its own hacker, right? So let's do 335. So non-pen, non-pen, non-pen. Oh, is this... I mean, in some peaks it will be crazy, yeah, but I feel like you still have something to shoot at least, no? Like, and, you know, like, this hull is pretty... this hull is pretty... I don't know, guys. This doesn't look that... I don't think... Nah, I'm sorry, guys. This doesn't look that crazy, to be honest. Like, I don't think this is that crazy. Like, I'm not really seeing the... Like, the gunman... A full gun depression, even you can still shoot for the gun mantlet. Or shoot for this when you see it. And you will see that. Plus, it has an underside turret that you can shoot at. No, guys. Nah. It's like better than the pattern because the pattern has like super, like everything outside of the gun mantlet is spendable basically. But like with this, yeah, no, sorry guys, no way, dude, no way, boys, no way. There's nothing really crazy about that. Come on, there's nothing really crazy about this, guys. Like. Look at this. Like, look at the amount of, like... Nah. It's like, you know, it can play, but it's not going to be crazy, to be honest. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. You have plenty of stuff to shoot at. I think you have plenty of stuff to shoot at, to be honest. Like, it's going to have, like, when it peaks, like, only, like, towards this, and not show this, like, but it's going to, like, be able to play, but you're going to be able to pen it back. Or should be able to get it pen it back, to be honest. I don't think you should be too worried about this. Like, I guess it will be good when it's peaking still, because, you know, like, the top part is pretty, like, potent, right? But there's still the gun mantlet. We have things to shoot at. I don't think it's that crazy. Okay, Shakal against its own Shakal. Is this me or this is like... The CS has auto bounce angles and this just doesn't seem to have the auto bounce angles. Like the CS hull like this, when you angle the CS like this, I think normally, like if you put the CS, well, maybe that's too much, but when you put the CS like this, the full hull is normally in auto bounce. I'm pretty sure that when the CS is angled like this, like a lot of almost the entire upper hull is auto bounce. Like without the upper hull, like the CS is kind of thought hull is worse, but third is better. I'm not seeing the third be better, to be honest, unless I'm stupid. Like I'm not seeing the part where the third is better. I mean, let's compare it to like a tier 10, you know, let's put it against a T62A. Hmm. The hull only becomes like really bouncy when it's like this. But you know, then you have the entire side that's like, you know, you have the entire side that's fettable. That, you know. And maybe like, I mean, listen, you could probably do some crazy bait with the hull like this though. Like on a corner, you could probably bait a little bit with the hull like this, but that's gonna be like a one-trick pony in that way. You know? Like if you bait like this, you probably find somebody dumb enough to shoot at it. But outside of that, what else is there that we haven't looked at yet? This is the 432, right? Okay, so this one should have good armor if it follows the 432 philosophy. I mean, the turret looks good. I mean, it's not bad, to be honest. It's not bad. It's just not that much to shoot at, like especially at distance. Like especially at some distance, it's not gonna be that. Plus, you can cover it. How to say? Like you can cover it with the gun. Nah, this is fine actually. It's definitely playable. Sorry to say, this is definitely playable. Like side scrapeable for sure. Like you can definitely side scrape at it. Even with the triangle, you can cover, like depending on who you're playing against, you can definitely cover most of the triangle with your gun. Like sure, there's a lot of surface to shoot at, but just penning the third, you still have to shoot at it. This though, not that easy. Third weak, yeah, this frontal part, but like the gun is also kind of covering that part, you know. Like when I have to shoot for this, you're not gonna see that. But if I'm shielding with the gun, you're not gonna see this part.